easy. So, as you said before, communication. I think just click on the presentation. Okay. Okay. Communication, can we like move on the other side of participants so we can read the. Okay, perfect. So we can all see together. Communication, it came from Latin and from comunicare. That means to share, as you say, something or to make in common. So we have to choose what to share, and the person or the people that we will take what we are choosing. And we have to choose like 3 words. I would like that you do this little exercise, just 3 words to communicate who you are. You have to choose 3, another one more. Which one you will choose? Let's take a minute to think about it. Just 3 words. Can be whatever word you want, but just 3. Very difficult. Okay, let's improve that. Let's keep the 3 words for your own. And now let's think about, I think the slide not working. Thank you. Okay. No, the one before. Thank you. Instead of the 3 words, now just imagine you have a 1 full minute to say something about yourself, not directly connected to the 3 words that you have chosen, but you can decide another thing to, or maybe the same. In which way you will present yourself in just 1 minute? I like you to write down also this kind of thing. Before to go on the last exercise, just think about it, that to choose what to say in 1 minute, we work it like for 3 minutes. And communication is in this way. We have to work a lot to see, to make something like minimal part of it. Last exercise is, what would you say to present your business idea to a potential investor, partner, or customer? So there are 3 different targets, but choose just one of them and try to figure out what are the main things to say. You have like a very small time, so in brief, what would you say? It's the more difficult one, yeah. I'd like to start the lesson or the moment with this kind of approach, because you have to choose what you want without contamination or what comes next. So I know. There is no question. It's like in which way you can communicate what you have on your mind of your business, in which way, because there is no right or wrong answer. So what keeps the attention high, what will be like make it come in the context.
I'm coming closer.
Sorry. When it comes in the context, just through the communication, it's easy, flow.
Yes.
But then it's just like boom, shoot.
But in life, it was like more like this, because you don't know when it can happen, no? So it's like boom, as you say, it happens. And you have to be prepared for that.
When you have some rehearsal or something.
We do in the next phase, there will be a lot of elements that we have to do. Okay. I would like now that we take 2 minutes and in each table to share what you have written down or what you from the three exercises. You can choose one of the three to share with your campaigns, and also in the breakout rooms will be the same. Viviana will help me to grade them. We take a few minutes, and I want you to observe, not just to think what I have to say, what I will like make the perfect impression. No, just say it spontaneously, but also observe how the person near to you are telling you the things and which she has choose to say to you. So it's a double word. What just speak spontaneously and then observe what the person right near to you is taking. We take like 5 minutes. So we do very
So I'm opening the breakout rooms. For the one online, you know you have to accept it and you will be moved in the breakout room.
Are you ready to move on? On the next one. I desire that 2 volunteers, one here and one from home, share not what she said and what the companion says, but what was the impression? It was easy, how you observed from the others. So let's do like a quick analysis of what happened here. One, I listen. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
When my colleagues listened to my small introduction, I like that their eyes light up. Well, I guess it's my audience. That's why. But they liked it and said that that's really talking to what they're interested in. So yeah.
Perfect, thank you. And from home, one of the breakout rooms.
Okay. Like first from my side, like it was not really super easy thing, especially like to explain my idea to potential investor, because you really like need to impress them and like make them believe that you are really doing something meaningful. And yeah, it was really hard to like find right words and tell them what I'm actually doing. And yeah, it was the hardest part of the activity, I would say. But about it was really nice to share also with my colleagues, because like I saw that like they liked it and they were kind of supportive to it as well. And it was also really interesting to like hear also what they are doing and how they explain themselves and their work as well.
And you can see Agnes was nodding, so she agreed and she liked the idea.
Yes. Just to confirm that absolutely, and especially like Julie, like your passion and professionalism, like really came through. You know, the way you talk, the words you used. Yes. How did you say it? A marketing for a real world. What was very good? That's your slogan already there. It was
Thank
great.
you.
Many thanks. And I think that share online is like difficult because you don't have the people in front of you. So, for example, just a quick trick to make you more effective is not to look at the faces of the people that we are talking about, but just look in front direct on the camera. So it's when they are seeing you, your eyes is directly on the person. And it is a bit confusing when you do it for the first time, because you know you are usually you have to see the expression of your target, but it helps the other people to make sure that you are very talking to him or her. Communication. So I really like to do another not exercise, but it's like a quiz. Okay, you say before that communication is something that goes from a sender to a receiver. So how much of we are of what about we have to share it? It will be on and rest in the mind of our targets. We start from 100% of information that we want to share to the other people. In your opinion, of this 100%, how much we can effectively say to the other people, to the other person? So, what? 30. That we have a presentation, we have a plan, so of 100, we can like make either percentage of what we say.
Like what would they understand or what they hear?
What you try to speak, how of the total amount of 100% you can already speak correctly and effectively. Okay.
Information which for now.
Okay. 10%.
Can you ask the question?
Yes, you have 100% of things that you want to say. Okay. How is the percentage that you like give to the other person?
How much percentage you can say
Yes,
verbally?
yes, verbally.
How much you can transmit to the
Yes,
person?
Verbally.
yes.
And not even one person.
Yeah.
10%. Okay, we have 100% in our head. We can say about studies say that we say about the 70%, but that there is the rumors. So this 70 reduced to 40% of what he or he listened. But of this 30%, the other people must to understand and to like combine on what is in her mind. So from this 40%, just the 20% is the percentage that arrives. Yes.
But there is another thing, that also the studies show that from what actually people say, it's only 7% which is going anywhere. The rest is the posture, the facial expression, the position, the tone, etc., etc. So there is a lot more that is talking way greater than just the words.
Yes. Yes.
I study philosophy.
Okay.
And in philosophy.
Sorry. Sorry, I need to come closer to you. So always.
Think that we are forwarding a message that actually the other doesn't get what we have inside, what is our message. So in philosophy, communication is unexistent. It doesn't exist. So from a philosophical
Yes.
Yeah, because the body communication is very important. So how you speak and display to other people. So the impression that you give them. So yeah, it's very important. Also the voice and the eyes contact. So it's very important.
I told then he wrote that people hear what they want to hear.
Okay. Yes, and it is our responsibility to try to figure out what they feel. You're right, you're both right. Like the people understand about 20%, but then remind one at least, I think it's not word. Sorry.
Let's teachers know.
Okay. About 5%, 7-5%. So it's not what we are saying, but is important how we say it. And most of all, we have to, like you said, to think about the format and the content, and to work on both of them. Is communication is share something to someone, is like to make a present, you know. And yes, the graphics could be very beautiful, but you have also to think on what it is inside. we will see the format that we can move the bar on down. Yes, so we can, yes, thank you. We have to think about the format that we help us shape the content. So partial expression, I think is not working anymore. Okay, expression matters, you say though. If I start my pitch and say, I'm very happy to be here to teach you something today, it is very important, and you have to know that everything that I will say will change your life. I think I will not be effective, okay? I know that my English today is not very perfect because my mind came from, I returned from Japan last day, so my brain is like, okay, it's trying now to figure out some information, but I'm trying to do my best to compensate, like my expression, my way to speak to you. It can change what is your opinion about what I'm saying. Okay, so just remember to compensate or to focus on the way you are trying to express what you are thinking. I saw something before and I asked you to share. I don't know if in the breakout rooms was the same, but I saw very few smiles in expression. So when you present yourself to someone else, I know that you probably meet each other on the last days, but just smile. And this is the best business card that you can give to the other person. So non-verbal communication, and it is valid online, but also in offline. Okay, smile, always smile, because you tell to the other person, to the other people that you are very happy of being with him or her, and to share something. And match what you are saying, of course, to the expression of your body. So maybe gesture will help to trying to figure out what you are trying to explain, or even to do the opposite. Like if I say to Viviana, today you are very ugly. Okay. I'm joking, of course, and I choose Viviana because we meet each other, but she laughed, okay? She's not upset with me. I think she's not upset with me, okay, right now, because the way that I told to her communicates that I was joking, of course. You're not ugly, you're beautiful, Viviana. Okay, you can say everything you want. You have to figure out how to say it to the other person, to the other people. You have, of course, the right to say what you want, but also the duty to say something happy, of course. So format, expression matters. I would like, and this was the reason why I forced you to start from who you are and from your business idea, because I didn't want to contaminate in any case or in any manners what your form of communication. But I would like, and we will see all these docs something that we can take for our presentation. And I would like you to focus on which one and then rethink of the way that you have this communicated with other girls. So format. Then height versus low tone. The high tone help to communicate a sense of excitement or urgency, but also it can be like less realistic than our lower tone. Mickey Mouse, okay? You're all flowers, okay? Because I lost every credibility, it's not very serious if I talk like a Mickey Mouse, okay? I'm very forcing it, but if I continue to talk to you 5 minutes in this way, I think that half of you will go outside. It's not very, very effective. If I lower my tone, probably you will think that I'm forcing it with men, like it works better, but just seem more serious than it was before. So you don't have to use a high tone or low tone, just combine the two of them and make some variation to keep the attention height of the person with which you are saying something. Is even a combination, and it's not depends of your vocal cords. You can choose which one to use. Third point, voice volume. Okay, this is probably something that you experiment with. If you speak very soft, you will be not very effective, because people have to listen you right and to understand what you are saying. It's about not just low and soft volume, it's about confidence. Okay, I know that I can do very ungrammatic phrases. Okay, I'm making some wrong things right now. Okay, I'm speaking like blah, blah, blah. But I'm very confident of what I'm saying to you, and I hope you understand what I'm trying to. Okay, so volume is like not to shout out or shut up, or is not to say something, but you also, when you pitch, can use this thing to emphasize something that you want to say. So, for example, I have to told you something very special. Your attention here. What we should say to us, okay? And this thing is that using the right volume is very important. Okay, so you can just play with this thing when you pitch with one person, or when you do I don't know if you have like Instagram and you make video or contents about your idea, your business. Usually content creators use these things. Okay, they start with a tone, loud volume of voice. Hey guys, this is a new blah 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 blah. Okay, or hey, I have to tell you something. They can combine these things. Important, very important. The volume must be adjusted by the audience size and the emotional content that you like share with something. With some people, because if I told you something very emotional, something very, or a fragility, or something very delicate, like in a loud volume, I think it will not work. And also, if I have like few person and I use my normal tone of voice, volume of voice, it will be not effective. Fourth element is the speech, the speed of speech. So you have to try your own speed, and it has to work, because if I speak too fast, probably they will understand you, but they will not remember anything of what I'm saying. If you speak very, very slow, okay, and I just say like 4 words. This was the reaction. So you have to balance also, but slowliness can help to you to underline something very important, for example, because if you like do a pause on what you're saying, it gives all the power of the word that you have said for your last word. For example, the winner is pause, slow moment, and then they enunciate the name of. So it creates an expectative, or it activates the attention. Next one, language. We usually, I think that we use 500 of words in every language that we can like speak about. We can choose to simple words or technical one. It depends on we are, or we can choose to be formal or informal. We can choose if we are like think about the writing communication or the verbal communication. I want you to like spend 30 seconds to think about what you say before in the exercise of the sharing, and which word you have used, or which way you choose to articulate the phrases, the thing that you share with the other girls. Was it very formal? Was informal? Was long phrase where they were long phrases or short sentences? Which was your style? Also in the online session.
I can.
Yes.
Yes.
For example, when I was introducing myself, I think my language and my style was more simple, and my sentences as well, because I was just talking about myself. But when it came to my business idea already, I also tried to like keep this simple style, but at the same time like used more professional way of talking, I would say maybe.
Thank you. From you, what is your style of meeting?
I've chosen a mixed style, simple sentence and complex sentences. So I would say mixed.
Okay. Okay, we can also choose to diversificate in everything that we do. We have to try to find out the consistency of what we are saying. And for example, we will see the use of channels, different channels. We can decide to use diversification of language for each channels. For example, if I post on Instagram, I will use different words to post on LinkedIn. It will be a very different communication. I think, thank you. No,
One way. Yeah.
visual communication. So also this one is very important. On the presence with when we are like in the same room, the outfit can tell something about you. The colors you choose, for example, the red is very aggressive color. Blue is more, Facebook is blue because it calms down and it creates a sort of dependency of the ambient, of the person who you are talking about. But we can also figure out how to create our online presence. For example, layouts, formats on your post, on the way you present yourself in the internet. You have a lot of picture in a t-shirt or in long dress. It changed the way that people, the targets, saw your contents. Also, okay. Also, also the representation of the ambient. You take picture or take a video to explain something. Imagine to do a short tutorial of something that you want to share with your target. The location, the ambient will create in their imaginary something like values, something reflection about the kind of person that you are. You are in your own room, or you are in a conference sale, or in a park. It will change the way that they get your yes, your brand image. So.
Not too far away. Maura.
Sorry. Okay, so we now let's take the last minutes to think about all the elements and to represent to our colleagues the same things that you said before, but with these things, with these suggestions. Expression. My expression met what I'm saying. I'm smiling when I need it. Is my tone appropriate? Do I vary my tone? Don't like be shy and just go what your voice is. Okay, I know that we try to speak like in this way, but it don't matter if we chit chat a little louder. Okay, Do I vary my tone? Am I speaking loudly enough to everyone to see it? In this case, it's very easy because no, you have a table and or you have a break room, so it's simple. Speed. Am I speaking too fast or too slow? I ask to you, there is something that you said before that in which you can use a pause or you can go faster or you can like go in a very short time in a different time language. All the word that you have chosen before, you are very happy of this choosing words, or maybe you can change something to be more effective. And visual, in this case, is like today I wear something that really represent me. I know that you didn't know that this will happen, so of course you choose something that isn't like in your wardrobe. But if I have to say something to someone that can help me with my business, if it is the right way and the way that I want to manifest, or maybe I will change something. Just a quick minute, and I think
5
we can,
minutes.
yes, we can also make the breakout rooms, 5 minutes, and then we go. I would like if someone want, in this case, with all the elements that we have seen, try to repeat. In this way, in this time, what you are presenting is or your business idea or yourself. So let's do it like collectively.
Mhm.
Yes, both.
Let's see who is the bravest. The first who is breaking the ice and Katarina. Did you understand? You want to explain again? Practice.
So we're deciding who's gonna speak.
No,
Yes,
no. You're a volunteer for speaking. You're not deciding who is gonna speak.
One in presence and one online, so.
And what do we need
I
to
heard
say?
one.
Say what you said.
This is what I say.
How it was.
Yeah, no, your presentation or business idea, you have.
To all the
to-
audience now.
Mhm.
After considering what we just talked about, language, visual. Okay.
Yeah. You're ready then? Okay. You can also, yeah, exactly. You can also stand here if you need more space.
No, is it okay?
No, okay.
You can hear me, see me?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, everyone. So my name is Katerina. I'm a mindset coach. And what do? I work with entrepreneurs and I help them to learn how to rest. I teach them stress relief. I teach them emotional resilience and emotional intelligence. And what makes it different? Well, I don't stay on the surface, but we actually go deeper. So the person is able to reconnect to himself and actually find that balance in business, in life, in personal life, so that he can be more efficient and much more satisfied with his life. This is what I believe.
Very good. Clapping, yeah. A round of applause.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Very good presentation. You have a good communication style. Like you're very expressive. You stand up, so it is a very good thing to do because you like trying to. You look a lot of me, but no the camera or the other people. But it was like a good way to stand up and communicate and to use all your full body. So very good. From home. And no Jules, no Julie, because she already speak a lot. So another voice, please. Don't be shy.
Flavia, go for it if you want. Sorry to call you out like that, but
Thrown under the
spoke as
bus.
well.
Can I be Italian for a moment?
No, because since yeah, I spoke as well a bit, or that's why I'm just saying.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Hi everyone. I'm sorry I joined a bit later today, but I don't know. I can read what I had prepared yesterday for the elevator speech. Is that okay?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry, I didn't read the room. Okay. So, did you know that in Italy, the youth unemployment rates are now up to 23%? This is really shocking. My name is Flavia. I'm a specialist for skilling and education partnerships in the tech industry. And today I'm going to present my business idea. So my vision is to open the doors of meaningful career opportunities to all students in Italy by bringing a structured, accredited program with career orientation, real-life projects, and most importantly, networking with professionals. I am on a mission to give students the skills, the awareness, and the social capital they need to land the job of their dreams, promoting social and financial development for youth at the same time. So now I'm looking for partners, technical partners to help me develop the digital platform to make this happen, and also educational partners to scale our educational model. Thank you.
Perfect. Just a little like tip that I give before. Now,
Yes.
of course, and it was good. When you will like memorize all the topics, you will and you have to do it this in online modality. Just remember to look straight on the camera. Okay.
Okay, yes. It's just that you are to the side of my screen.
No problem, no problem. But it was good.
Thank you.
But now Agnes, that calls you, she have also to do it.
Sorry, I didn't know how much time we had or whatever. Okay. Hi, hello everyone. I'm Agnes. I'm a meditation coach. What is meditation coaching? It's when we look at ourselves as a whole. So we consider our brain, what is saying, and also we consider our body, how we feel, and then we bring these two together. That meditation coaching is, and basically any difficulties, challenges, what we're going through in life, we find and we use easy and adaptable tools to understand ourselves better and to find ways to deal with everyday challenges, whether it's career change or breakups or any emotional challenges. Also, when it comes to meditating in a corporate environment, that's what I also do as well. I teach very easy tools to be able to meditate and calm our nervous system in an office chair. So we don't have to have a yoga pants, and we don't have to become a Buddha in order to find some peace and harmony, even in a crazy office or in a crazy environment. So that's what I do in a nutshell. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I think that an effective thing that she say is like the image of yoga pants and Buddha in the right moment, in the exact moment that she said it, you saw in your mind. Okay, and using strong images help who is listening to you to like visualize, like to understand what she is saying. I will remember that image.
Yeah.
And you will also do.
And I remember Katerina's as well, because
Yeah, it was like a very confident way to present herself. And it goes beside what you speak it is like the expression, like it is like the mode, the style of your. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have just analyzed, take a very rapid, way of all this format, but there is a last one, which is choosing the channels. Face-to-face, phone, email, social media, video call. There are a lot of way of communication and for communicate. We also have to remember if we are choosing a synchronous or asynchronous communication, because it can change the way that we program or the way we try to build our message. Map the channel to the message purpose and the audience is I think the difficult thing that you have to figure out. So, se, sempre lei sulla- Grazie. Thank you.
Anche il Canva, allora.
So you have to choose the right media. A very rapid overview of the past decades. So we start from traditional media, which like television, radio. They are very expensive in the beginning of the development of a business. Of course, we cannot choose medicating on television because it's very high cost. Yes, we've got a very high cost, but we can use digital media, for example, like social, and we can choose something that connects with our target and that give to us the possibility of communicate with them. There is communication management and community management, which is like a profession that helps you communicate with your target. Then there is post-digital media. We will see that shortly. So TV, radio, newspaper, there is like a mass reach. They communicate in one way and to a large audience, and they have high cost. I developed a campaign for one of my clients. We spent about 15,000 just for a 30-second ad spot of video to go to television. So it can be very, very high cost, and you are not sure about how many people we will see, how many people that will see, but also have attention on it. And you don't know the return of your communication. So like it is effective because you know that you can speak to a large audience, but also you have to consider that you don't have a lot of data about it, about how it goes. So what happened in the last year? We have a perfect. We have a phenomenon that it's called remediation.
Maura, you have to close there, otherwise we cannot see the slide.
Okay. Can you also put the bar in the bar in the, yes, thank you. We have a phenomenon that it's called remediation, which is the transformation of regular media, traditional ones, to digital. So, for example, in the slide before, there was radio and it moved from podcasts, or advertising newspaper, that is home paper, of course, and it moves from online news or social media, that channels dedicated to inform the people. So with remediation, everything that we know, like traditional media, it was like moving on and rebuilt in a digital way. Digital media, sorry, thank you. Digital media are okay. Has a like web or social, help us to do direct marketing, involve both one-to-many and one-to-one communication, in the sense that we can like post on Instagram and there is a one-to-many communication because everyone will see, but also if some user will ask you something, or we appreciate, or maybe will comment in a bad way, you have the possibility of give him or her a very good answer to like explain or to ask to him or her why he is writing down this thing, and so to communicate one-to-one. The cost is average here because you can like do a communication organic, so you don't have to pay for nothing, just to publish. But also you can invest in ADV campaigns. Of course, who invented the platform want to earn and to gain. So in the last 3 years, like the organic percentage of visibility of your context is very, very like lower, and you have to invest some euros if you want to appear on other user feeds, for example. Benefit, of course, it can be interactive because you can change, you can also give some explanation and deeper. It is measurable. You have all the metrics. You have all the KPI, that key performance indicator that you have set down, and you can also like track them and compare them from one month to another, for example. It is very, it helps you to take everything under control. And also is more flexible. For example, you can choose just in the meta words, so Instagram and Facebook, you can choose to do, for example, a campaign just restricted for an area or a target of interest. I want to that my contents will be seen or will we engage someone that like golf or someone like.
Can I ask that?
Yes.
No, I want to be successful with my social media campaigns on Facebook and Instagram. Since Meta is constantly changing the rules, how can I make sure that obviously I can't do it because I don't have a clue about those things, but how can I make sure that the marketing agency I would like to work with, that they actually good?
Okay.
Because in the past, I paid quite an amount and it was a disaster.
Okay.
Any suggestions and hints, like if I can test them? I would appreciate that.
Okay. Building loyalty to an agency is very difficult process. I would suggest you to set up some goals specifically. We will see how to set a goal and some metrics that you want to reach. And to like accord in the initial phase with that amount, if you can or not can, like to have this visibility or try to get that amount of interaction. So in the beginning, the goal is like you have to set up a common goal. And this will help to you at the end of the process to like go to the agency and say to them, yes or no, we did it or we did not. Meta is constantly changing, and also we saw that if you invest 5 euros or 100 euros, it changed in the time in the past year, yes. Like if you invest 5 euros today is very different from last year. But if you have something like constant campaign, for example, to gain visibility, and then specific other campaigns to get promotion of your idea or special discount or a kind of target, it can help you to diversificate, and so the agency can help you to build this kind of method. So a constant one or increase your visibility, and then a specific one, ads or a video. Video is working very good in the last 6 months. It's increased your visibility and also your. I know that it's more difficult to build, but there are a lot of also AI powered by tools will help you to edit or to make the same video in 5 different languages. HeyGen is doing this. You can record a video and then split in different languages. So I think that it will be a good option to diversificate and to set at the beginning of the process what you want, and then at the end say to them, no, it's not working in this way. We talk about it.
It means that I could tell.
Yeah, yeah, but I'm just turn the camera.
And there's my contractual agreement with you.
Yes.
I would like to achieve.
Yeah.
And if you cannot, provide or reach those goals with me, then I'm not gonna be able to pay you as something like that.
I think that will be a good option. Of course, if your goal is set at like too high, they will tell you, this is impossible. But if they say to you, yeah, you can try to change or to balance it.
But can you give us some example of goals?
Yes, we will talk about that.
Is it normal practice with the marketing company have their remuneration as a percentage of their own results?
Some of them,
Yes.
Is that makes more sense, and I think it makes also them think what needs to be done with that.
It depends on who you find, but someone will see, yes, take this kind of approach, and I think it's the best one because, it's work for both the sides. Okay. We will see the goals, just on this slide. Before of the goal, just like take a quick view of us digital media, because it's like the things that we are facing now, and we can see like user generated content. We don't have the control on this kind of media because they are user generated, like the word say, or AI powered tools, which help us to figure out how to do the same thing with less time. Just to pay attention on what you are sharing with this AI tool, ChatGPT or Gemini, absorb a lot of data. So make sure to ask them the things that you can share and not to yeah. So how do you show up?
Sorry, Eliana, just because online they asked for a break. We'll take a break in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Is that fine for you?
Yes,
This is
I
what we
think-
agree.
Yeah, just let's
We finished this part. Yeah, exactly.
take a little break. Online presence. So have you ever Googled your name?
Yes.
Are you happy of what is in Google or?
Neither.
Okay, what can we do to improve, what is the answer? LinkedIn is a good way. Usually the first results are of LinkedIn posts or LinkedIn sharing. So make sure to publish, to share in that platform. And we have to remember that online presence is your reputation online, and is not what you are having in mind of your business or your idea. It is your reputation is what people see, what they heard, what they feel about your online. As I said before, if you have all the photo in holiday, when you are on holiday or with your friends at a bar, they will have a certain type of idea. We have to build it and to make sure that it combines what we have to do. So every format that we have just seen in the phase before can be translated in the online presence. So expression, your photo, your profile photo is with a smile, or is very serious, is very it has a good zoom on your face, or is very distant, or your visual, your identity, your colors, your layout, dress, tone, volume, speed is more for the videos that you publish. But also the language. Do you use a lot of emojis to emphasize what you want to say, or your content copying is very simple to understand, is very articulated, and so there is no wrong or right communication, but what works best for the context. So we have to set up the goals, as we said before. I don't know if you want to see also this part. It is very quick, I think.
Yeah.
We can just finish the part of goals and then do a little break. Goals. What goal matters? I put a picture of an academy, okay? Because the purpose when you start the new year, usually the purpose is I will put myself on fit form, I will do this thing, and I will. Usually, we all choose like beautiful things to achieve and to try to to reach. But the problem, what is not the goal that we set, is how we set it. We have to try to put ourselves in a sort of trap to make sure that we will achieve them. And set a right goal, give us the right motivation, the right direction, and the measuring progress, as we say, like for a campaign online. So, have you ever listened to SMART okay, the
SMART
acronym
goals.
SMART goals? Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bounding. I think that it is the best like method to set up our goals. Specific. I cannot say I want to increase, I want to grow on social media. I have to set something really, really precisely. So I want to grow, yes, but in to gain 500 new followers, for example, or to gain 2 new leads or 2 new contacts. So I have to do and then choose what you will help you to achieve it. So miserable, and it is important to add a clear metric. It has to have a number, because with numbers you can understand if you did it or not. Achievable, of course, as we said before, I can set to make a campaign to gain 2,000 new contacts, but with spending 10 euro, it will be very difficult to reach them. So I always have to ask to myself, if is it possible with the resources that I have? I need help, I need more time, I need more money, I need more resources. Relevant. Does it go like is alienated with my broader business strategies or not? For example, I want to like grow on social media, but the question is, I really need to grow and have more followers, or maybe I need to like sell more my product or my services, because anytime we like to make more views, we like to like generate a community, but they will be participate or they are just a follower in a vanity metric, and so is not this. Yes, the result is not like what we really want. Last, time bound. So we have to also try to set up a date, a precisely moment when we want to achieve them. Because the difference from a dream to a plan is the time that we have to achieve. A dream is like, I want to go to, or I want to achieve this. Okay, but when? A project is, I want to, but I will in 1 year, in 3 months. Okay. When we're setting a SMART goal, don't stop at what. Consider how you will measure and monitor your progress. Maura asked before, like, what are the goals that we can set? It depends on your business. For example, someone before said that there is coaching, you know, or there is a direct selling of something. It depends, and it can very change. I don't know if you have like a specific need, and we can also try to figure out what a goal can be. What? yes, I want to like think together about it. So every one of you have Instagram, LinkedIn, personal or about your both? Visibility, okay. Personal or about your brand? Business. Okay, for example, one thing that I suggest is not to start with your business page at the beginning, but first build your personal page and then try to convert to the business page, because people have to trust first you and then your product or your services. So one of the common errors is to set up a perfect page of your business, set up a perfect like campaign, but to forget that you are your business in the first beginning phase. So for example, to set up a goal, I suggest you to find something very personal of your pages and then to share with the business one. So visibility first on you and then on what you are doing. That could be a good thing. Of course, visibility also can be not just the number of followers on your pages, but also how many people write to you in the end, or how many people comment you on what you are posted. This can be a very good metric to set down.
Lian said both agree with this. Trust, brand, then convert. I think it's slogan.
Yes, it can be a good funnel to follow. Yeah, because
And then they said, great tips. Thanks for affirming. Work for me as a legal service provider, since normally lawyers can be perceived as boring.
And thank you for this example, because yeah, we have to try to figure out how our personal goal then like help us to grow in our business goal. And I want to share to you an example of a great Italian like entrepreneur that worked she is called Cristina Fogazzi, and she is known in Italy by Estetista Cineca. She helps like to find out what is the perfect product for skincare or the perfect. She sells I think less than 10 products. Okay. But she started her own business with her personal pages on Instagram. She grows. And then after 2 years, she opened the Team Lab, which is her business page. And then after this, she started sell her products. But before, she spent about 2 years of sharing with the people in Instagram how is good skincare routine, how the ingredients of the good product should be, and she never talked about her products. She like make it in a very slow process, and she spent about 2 years to build the community, and then the community want to yes, to try the products. And I think that it was last year that she started open at physical stores. So it was like a long period, but the community is very attracted, but also connected with her. She became like a sort of influence.
And sorry, and also the name is interesting because she used humor, because it's a cynical beautician. That's her Instagram name in Italian. So it's not I'm the perfect lady or the perfect woman. It's like cynical beautician.
Yes, thank you.
But if you want visibility, you want other people to see you, and
I will suggest to make some ads, for example, to record a video, reels, about you when you tell something about the need that can be satisfied by your your product or your service, and then to make adapt on this kind of video. So it will, yes, visible to your friends, but also will start to be visible also to other people. And make sure that if you like talk about a need, some people with that interest will. Organic works, but it doesn't really, it is a very sad thing to say, because it's like another investment that you have to do to make sure that your content will gain visibility. But nowadays is the only way to yes, to make sure that you arrive to other people is like to, in the social media, is to pay something, and
Something you need to concentrate.
Yeah.
Yes, so it's like.
another way could be like to present in events, and then share something with your QR code that reminds to your profile, so is like a follow-up to the situation. But yes, I know it is a work to maintain all of this, and we will see it on the next part. But you don't have to build like per time. Today I will post this thing. Today I will take a moment to decide what is your plan for a month, for example. So it will be very easily to follow up, because we also think that, okay, I have to collect photo, I have to take idea. If you take a moment in a month to do it, to set up all the things, it will be helpful.
I think
Sorry, Maria. Maria.
In the hashtag.
Under the post, for example.
In which
Hashtag.
platform?
Yes, Instagram, for example.
Okay. Depends on your goals, but they are not very used anymore. They are used, but they bring like 0.002 of visibility on your content. I think that the best suggestion that I can give to you in this moment to increase your visibility is to make video.
So when did you research, for example, on Instagram? Is it the hashtags that help here or something else?
Hashtags help to categorize topics. For example, if I search burger, okay, and you post a photo with this hashtag, you will appear. Usually, the algorithm reads how people interact with your content, how many people share your content, and this can help your visibility. It's a combination of things. I suggest you to follow Mosseri, which is the CEO of Instagram, and he usually gives like Adam said, he gives like tips and suggestions of how the algorithms develops or work, and Adam Mosseri.
I will post it. Yeah, we'll post it, I think.
And he usually like try to explain how it works and how it changes in the time. So yeah, and it is the most updated because he is the man that keeps communicating.
And what about TikTok? Because I know that it is from TikTok, they start like a trend and blah, blah, blah.
TikTok have an interesting observatory. They do a lot of reports and analysis. So I suggest to you to go to the site of like the main site of TikTok and download the rappers that they do. They do a lot of interesting like documents. They explain how it works and the trend topics of the moment. So it is a good thing to know about it. For your business, to have it or not is like what your target is. If you have got like thin targets or a more, it depends on. It was like yes, 2 years ago, there was a moment in which every business company was panicking on, oh no, we have to open it, we have to have our channel. But yes, if you are not constant on publication or on following the trends, it gives you a short visibility and not results. So you have to consider how to use it before of open or consider of having it. Yes, and if you can put a bar on the bottom, like, yes. So there, thank you. Okay. Do you have a SMART goal, personal or professional? A lot.
Not.
A lot of different goals. Okay. Do you have in this lot of different goals, do you have a principal one, the most important one? You can recognize it?
Not sure.
Not sure, okay.
To bring your authenticity to be unique.
It is yours or the criteria to be sure? I think it could be, yes. Do you have ones that respond of this criteria?
Only ethics.
Ethics, okay. Just let's try to set up your SMART goal with ethics like at the top of it. How can it be your goal with ethics on top?
Ethics is a core value.
Okay.
And it is an economic driver.
Okay. And your goal it is?
Yeah, I want to become an intercultural manager in the fashion world, in the fashion industry.
Maybe let's explain again what is a
Okay.
SMART goal?
Yes, yes. It is right. We can return to the previous slide. Maybe I can do it.
Maybe yes, maybe not.
Yes. Okay. So let's take it and try to figure out how to make it. It has to be specific. So the specificity, the specific
City.
aspect is to. Okay. No, of your SMART goal is to become. Okay. It has to be measurable. How can you measure that?
Like, what do I have to implement to make it happen?
Mm-hmm.
And the revenues, compensations,
Okay.
organizations,
So your measure is if you okay, if you like develop a communication with this and this thing, okay, how many communication do you develop usually?
two kinds.
Okay,
Direct and indirect according to the country background.
okay, in which channels do you communicate?
By video, by posting photos,
Okay, so your goal can include these aspects. So you want to be a okay. Okay, and develop your communication. Let's like try to figure out a number of communication per month to develop 3-5 communication message, which can comprehend, which can like share things about, and then you set up the topics. Okay, because if you like you stop your sentences, I want to be this kind of, it is right, but the goal can help you more to find a path to follow up to and then at the end of the path you can say, okay, yes, I did 3 communication this month where I didn't the communication, so I have to improve in this side. Okay, to make it.
Communication in the sense of the vehicles of image.
Yes.
Message should be.
Yes, in the goal you have to include that aspect. And also a time, because if you say just like I want to be, you have to make it more specific about when you achieve it. So I know that I have achieved it if I like develop the communication or take 2 leads for this kind of aspects. Okay, thank you. From home, do you want to share like a SMART goal, personal or professional related?
I can maybe.
Yes.
Can you hear me? So my professional goal is to start a marketing agency which helps small businesses and startups to like grow their brand and their identity with creative marketing strategies.
Okay, how can how can it be measured? You can measure if it worked or not. So this business or this brand.
Maybe to say something like that, I will have my brand identity, my website, and I will have like 3 clients as well, maybe, for example, in the next 6 months.
Okay, this is a very smart goal because you define it like the number of clients and the number of months that you want to achieve them. So thank you. And we have to remember that numbers matter. So because the goals can be very great to say, very beautiful to like a kind of a mission or vision that we have, but if we don't have numbers, we don't know at the end of the process if we achieve it or not. That was the difference between a project or a desire or wish, and it makes the difference. Yes.
And regarding personal goals, so I want to improve, let's say, my communication skills.
Okay.
But how to measure this?
Okay.
I have the same, but I can say that my personal goal is to learn Deutsch.
Okay.
Fluence, and the measurable is 6 months because I need the next step. 6 months, and it will be the last. And it started in September and finished after 3 months and end of year and the end of tenure. And what else I must say?
No, it's correct. It's okay. Okay, you both choose.
So measurable, you mean what you do?
No, I will like define because you two like a tricky aspect because okay.
Yeah. That's when people joining.
And brand identity or communication. When I took project management course, okay? And I always use these 2 examples to say that they are like a tricky project because you have an end, but it's not just like the end because you can like become the most fluent Deutsch speaker or but you will like have also new words to understand to learn and in both of cases there is not a hand, so we can like transform and make the SMART goal when I decide like you say something that I have to achieve in this period. So 6 months or 3 months will be perfect like to help you to set the goal. I have this kind of time, this time, and I want to take a certification. This is a project, and so this is a way that you can like set your goals. For personal branding or for improve your communication, you have to try to find out what you want to achieve. For example, I don't know, I will, okay, I will try to make some. I'm very shy, and every time that I go to audience, I try to present myself, but I don't like how the way that I speak, or I don't like the way that my audience respond to me. So my goals would be, okay, I will try to set up a presentation, try it 10 times, and maybe try to vary to make it different. And then if I achieve that when I present to someone, I like the result of that. That was a smart goal, because I give like a purpose, and then a way to achieve it, and then a time to set it.
So basically, this my goal to break out in small goals.
For communication, yes,
Yeah.
yes. And also it can be like for your online presence or your physical presence, for the way that you develop communication. So for example, one goal of communication can be, I want to post 3 times per week. Or I want to improve my communication, okay, but I want to reach a kind of target that I didn't reach it right now, or so you have to break it
down.
in small parts.
That's
And in each one of these parts, remember always to take a specific and a measurable end result.
Mhm.
Yes.
That the specificity, because otherwise it's too broad.
For example, certificate.
Yes, a certification will be great because you have finished, and then of course you will can take another one, but the certification is the end of your project in this case. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So to sum it up, when you have the goals which are not measurable, you either break them down or you measure by the ways of achieving them. Do I understand correct?
Yeah, I suggest always to break down the steps and to find a specific goal for each part. Then when you have the results, you can go to then on the next one, and then in this way. Yes. It is tricky when you have some projects that are very big, so your goal can be also very hard to achieve, because it is very it takes time to it. So I always suggest to take or 1 month or 6 months or 1 year to achieve it, the right time to remember the goal, to focus it. And also because, and we will see that after lunch, the context always changes. So maybe you set up a goal, but then you things happen and you have to reschedule or to adjust it and to combine it. And for this reason, it is very important to try to find out the metrics of your results. So communication, okay, is very big. Which metrics I want to measure? How can? In this case, it's it is a difficult more, because metrics are qualitative and not quantitative. So you have to find out also people who can say to you, oh, you did great, or maybe if you use this word or that word, it can be more clear or more attractive, appealing. Okay, so perfect. I know that you have already so the concept of the golden circle, right? But I want that Simon Sinek, who is the inventor, to explain it for you. I think that we can play the, yes, thank you.
I call it the golden circle. Why, how, what? This little idea explains why some organizations and some leaders are able to inspire where others aren't. Let me define the terms really quickly. Every single person, every single organization on the planet knows what they do 100%. Some know how they do it, whether you call it your differentiating value proposition or your proprietary process or your USP. But very, very few people or organizations know why they do what they do. And by why, I don't mean to make a profit. That's a result. It's always a result. By why, I mean what's your purpose? What's your cause? What's your belief? Why does your organization exist? Why do you get out of bed in the morning? And why should anyone care? Well, as a result, the way we think, the way we act, the way we communicate is from the outside in. It's obvious. We go from the clearest thing to the fuzziest thing. But the inspired leaders and the inspired organizations, regardless of their size, regardless of their industry, all think, act, and communicate from the inside out. Let me give you an example. I use Apple because they're easy to understand and everybody gets it. If Apple were like everyone else, a marketing message from them might sound like this. We make great computers. They're beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. Want to buy one? Meh. And that's how most of us communicate. That's how most marketing is done, that's how most sales is done, and that's how most of us communicate interpersonally. We say what we do, we say how we're different or how we're better, and we expect some sort of behavior, a purchase, a vote, something like that. Here's our new law firm. We have the best lawyers with the biggest clients. We have, we always perform for our clients, do business with us. Here's our new car. It gets great gas mileage. It has, leather seats. Buy our car. But it's uninspiring. Here's how Apple actually communicates. Everything we do, we believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. The way we challenge the status quo is by making our products beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. We just happen to make great computers. Want to buy one? Totally different, right? You're ready to buy a computer from me. All I did was reverse the order of the information. What it proves to us is that people don't buy what you do, people buy why you do it. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. This explains why every single person in this room is perfectly comfortable buying a computer from Apple. But we're also perfectly comfortable buying an MP3 player from Apple, or a phone from Apple, or a DVR from Apple. But as I said before, Apple's just a computer company. There's nothing that distinguishes them structurally from any of their competitors. Their competitors are all equally qualified to make all of these products. In fact, they tried. A few years ago, Gateway came out with flat screen TVs. They're eminently qualified to make flat screen TVs. They've been making flat screen monitors for years. Nobody bought one. And Dell came out with MP3 players and PDAs. And they make great quality products, and they can make perfectly well-designed products, and nobody bought one. In fact, talking about it now, we can't even imagine buying an MP3 player from Dell. Why would you buy an MP3 player from a computer company? But we do it every day. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. When we communicate from the outside in, yes, people can understand vast amounts of complicated information like features and benefits and facts and figures. It just doesn't drive behavior. When we communicate from the inside out, we're talking directly to the part of the brain that controls behavior, and then we allow people to rationalize it with the tangible things we say and do. This is where gut decisions come from. Sometimes you can give somebody all the facts and your figures, and they say, I know what all the facts and details say, but it just doesn't feel right. Why would we use that verb? It doesn't feel right. Because the part of the brain that controls decision-making doesn't control language. And the best we can muster up is, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. Or sometimes you say you're leading with your heart or you're leading with your soul. Well, I hate to break it to you, those aren't other body parts controlling your behavior. It's all happening here in your limbic brain, the part of the brain that controls decision-making and not language. But if you don't know why you do what you do, and people respond to why you do what you do, then how will you ever get people to vote for you or buy something from you, or more importantly, be loyal?
Yeah, we all agree, but it's very difficult to make it. Yeah, because you have to like think not just what you are saying or what you are proposing, but your mission, your vision, your like deep purpose. And we have to remember the two direction that he said. So, you, perfect. Okay.
Share the video in the chat.
I was about to do it, yes.
So, three concepts that are why, purpose, cause, belief, what you want to achieve, what you want to communicate, what you have to, indeed. How you can arrive at the why, no? The process, the value, the differentiation. He said USP. What is USP?
Unique selling proposition.
Yes, unique selling proposition. So, what is your main core value? What is your the element that that make you different from the others? And what product service offered? So we don't have to go from what to why, but the other direction is the right one. And maybe I want to ask to you, Holman, here in present, if the short presentation that you did before has this kind of approach. Have you started from the why or from the what? How can we start from the why? Let's think everyone from the why. Because if we give to the people that we are talking about the reason, the motivation, probably we engage them. And I also want to add a simple thing that is not like we have to remember it that the why can change. Because if I talk to a friend, or if I talk to an investor, or if I talk to a possible partner or a customer, I have to find the right why for this kind of target, this kind of person, this kind of people that I trying to convince. Let's do it together, and not single, but collective. And I thought to three big companies. Okay, so let's try to find the why of what they are selling. For example, Nike.
Also online if you want to.
Okay, why? Which elements like give you the reason just do it? Is the payoff for the claim, and it is very simple. Yeah, just do it. So it's reaction and inspiration for what you can or possibly want to do. Okay, so it's not like just a sneaker or a t-shirt. Probably they are very good on it. They like make the ads, the video, not just say, oh, okay, let's buy from us this incredible t-shirt and you will, no, just do it.
No, they go with the why from the beginning, right? All their ads is targeting literally everybody. They say that if you have a body, you are already an athlete. So it doesn't matter if it's raining or if you're overweight, black or white, Asian, doesn't matter who you are, where are you? Their goal is to give a proper shoes to everyone because everyone is an athlete. This is their why.
Perfect. So which one is their target? Everyone. And that's because they started from the why and not the what. Very good. Patagonia. Also the online speaker, they want to share with us.
Anyone online? About Julie?
Brand?
About Patagonia. Their main why, I think, is to like save our planet, because they work on creating some kind of sustainable campaigns, as I like checked a few weeks ago. And yeah, main thing would be to save our planet and their whole companies and their whole work as well based on that.
Yes, they don't
They
sell.
actually, oh, sorry.
Yeah, Flavia, go.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to add that for Patagonia, like it's very interesting because at the end of the day, they're still kind of a like a fast fashion company, right? Because they did yeah they're not homemade clothes, so to say, but still
But
they have a very strong like identity when it comes to being to caring about the environment, to being sustainable. Their whole online presence is built around this, so they really appeal to your sense of like wanted to make a difference, so to say, but they still are a multinational clothing company.
But also, they really have a good strategies to like really work on their main idea. For example, I checked their website a few weeks ago actually, and on their page you can like even find some educational parts, like where they inform you about what is going in our planet and why is sustainability important and everything. And they are actually doing really good things in this field. They like even produce their own cotton, as long as I remember, and after use this cotton for making clothes and so on.
Thank you. Yes, it is right. And as you both say, like, it's not just selling something. It's trying to convince that you are involved in one cause or in one belief, or that's why the why. Okay. Is more difficult because if I promise something to someone, then that I have to continue in the time to try to find the right action, to find the right um, modalities to achieve it. And it like requests a lot of attention to make it in the time. Thank you. Let's just see like the last case, that is Barilla, which is an Italian brand that sells pasta. Okay, in each kind. I don't. Do you? Yeah. Do you remember the payoff of Barilla? Yeah, like the motto they say in the ads. Okay. I will
Where
quote you
from home, Flavia or Karin? The Barilla payoff, do you remember?
I will literally translate it.
Dove c'è Barilla c'è casa is what they said many
Yes.
years ago. Where there is Barilla, there is home,
There's home.
right?
Yes.
Mhm. I remember.
For time that we all listen. Can you repeat it? You don't read your name, Karin?
Yes, they say where there is Barilla, there is home. So this sense of being at home in a comfortable place with families and everything.
So they start and they say pasta, okay? Just like to say that the important is not the product that itself, but the way that they want you to feel when you have it, okay? And I put this example at the end of the three cases because it was like very also tricky and very delicate to understand, because they sell this concept, okay? Where there is Barilla, there is home, and where there is home, there is family, okay? And for plenty years, they insist with this communication, but they didn't like be aware of which kind of family representation they used. And it was like the traditional family, just with mom and dad and like 2 or 3, 5 children. But nowadays there are a lot of different kind of families. Okay, so we have also to remember not just the why, not just that to emphasize what we are saying, but also to be polite and to be to deliver an ethical communication that involves all the kind of people Okay, to remember that, okay, there is a way, but there can be also other target that we can disturb or not involve, and we have our responsibility in this. So it is simple when science say, you go to the one to from the what, and we have to do it because the video I think is from 2008, 2010, very very long ago, but it's all, the content is valid also today. But yes, it is simple, but it has like a deeper meaning, and we have to be conscious and try to to figure out how we can be sustainable on it. I see that.
Can I ask you, then I don't know if before they use this slogan, but mine is be daring, be different, be you.
Okay.
So,
What
fashion designer.
Okay. Can you repeat it for me?
Be daring, be different, be you.
Okay. I think that the conclusion, when you say to someone, be you, you can you cannot do wrong because you give to the other person or to the other the possibility of being who they want to be. So with the end, you got it 100%.
Because that's what I'm trying to have, like unique pieces and to empower people to be who they are, not to follow fashion like this, you know. So that's my message and my why. So
I think it can work very good if you like the following up is this kind of conversation. So it's good. Okay.
We can organize an Malta Austria fashion show then
Yeah.
with your clothes.
Any questions? So, okay. Okay, now let's flip it. And you had to, if you had to communicate this product starting from the white, and this product is not Patagonia, Nike, but your product, which is your why, and which one is your what? Let's take 1 minute and think that we can, yes, 1 minute and write down about it. Not just think
About their product or service.
Yes, your business idea. So what is the why? And then what is the how? And then what is the what?
Maybe we can take 5 to 7 minutes, not 1. So let's take 5 minutes.
Okay. Yes, we have.
About the why, the how, and the what of your product or service.
Okay. Can we listen to 2, one in here and one from home?
Or I would say even more, if each of you want to try yours, I think we can also give that a try.
Yeah.
If not, in any case, let's go for volunteers, online and in person.
So guys, when you heard my previous things about my speed dating events, I think I mentioned a couple of times that my why was that a lot of people have ideas. And this exercise showed me at least another 8 points. For example, people are lonely because society is pushing us out from normals, and we forced to put on a mask and not show our real self, which already can kind of blur our dating life. There are so many game players. Have you ever heard the phrase like, boys are games meant to be played, right? So we have to, step away from those things. And this is why I also want to do this. People are afraid to be vulnerable, and that's wrong. So in this personal setting, you can feel much safer to do this, I believe. Playing the hard to get game, like seriously, so I'm gonna emphasize on those. Also, the fake profiles. Like how many times when you went to your date from an online dating app, the guy showed up, but the girl showed up for the guys don't even look like how they in reality. And then maybe they look right, but then you start a date and then you start to feel so uncomfortable and you just want to get out and hard to find an excuse. Same with the awkward silence, right? You sit there and you just start answering the questions. So these are my whys, because I believe that with the face-to-face, in-person dating events, you can get away from these. Yeah, I have some more, but I think this is
Thank you. Yeah. I suggest to you, it's very good, and try to, like Nike did, just sum up in just do it. Okay, so like just a one phrase and then open to all the explanation that you
I have for now forget the apps.
Okay,
That's all I have.
okay.
Sorry, Karina, let's just see if we can do one online and then we're back here.
Yeah.
Online, volunteer.
Yeah, I would love to try.
Okay, Rebecca?
Thank you.
So my why is to reconnect people with each other. As right now in our modernized world, we tend to be more separated. We believe that we as one person need to achieve a goal, which is not true. So the how is to be more collaborative, to re-engage with fun and achieve great things. And the what is simple, with a platform offering a toolbox with various activities and exercises to re-engage people, to create a better team dynamics, to teach the team useful skills that they lack and to improve them. So basically they can be stronger together. And my motto would be probably team up and thrive together.
Then we have Galina here, volunteer.
I will try. So, be inspired by the energy of nature.
Be inspired, sorry?
By the energy of nature.
Okay.
Nature. I am looking for a place to rest or spend holiday with your family. In nature, with traditional local food and ethno tradition, welcome to our eco hotel.
Okay. Thank you.
Good. Online, second volunteer, Agnes.
What I create a peaceful space in any stressful environment, and how no fuss, no yoga pants, just your breath. Why I guide people back to themselves from chaos to safety and clarity.
Thank you. A little suggestion, there's with a why. Don't put I before of the first word of the sentence. Try to the people that you are talking to is the center of the sentence. Is the center of the sentences.
Okay. So
direct responses, answers to them.
So how would I say that? Why I need to come up with the reason why I'm leading them from chaos to peace. So I would say
to pass from chaos to order. That's just remove the I and you give the sentence to the public.
Because you said I help them.
I guide them.
Yeah, but you remove yourself and it's more them. And it's like from chaos.
So they move, okay, so they move from chaos to safety and clarity.
And to make it more near, you can also, not they, but you move from.
Yes, you, okay, thank you. You. Thank you.
Yes, it also can help.
Next here. Parvina, you raised your hand before.
I don't have proper logos. I just will put my ideas together and maybe you will. So you want to be peaceful and have more clarity in your mind. Come and disconnect with us from your technology. Have space, create space. By disconnecting, basically. So my idea was to kind of have this Ida bar or cafe where there is no technology or digital gadgets allowed, and people can only read, talk to each other, and have this space of creativity and meditation and whatever. So
I think you can play with the words connect and disconnect. Like disconnect yourself to connect.
Yeah,
or
or
things.
or
Yeah.
or like unplug to recharge or something like
Yeah,
this.
I think that.
Very thank you.
So let's hear one, like we say one more online and one more here.
I can go if you want. Yes. Right. So the why is the following. Everyone talks about diversity, but no one talks about language. So yet language biases shapes who speaks up, who gets heard, and who gets promoted in the professional context. So I help companies turn multilingualism from a silent barrier into a leadership advantage so that every voice can lead.
Okay, I will start from the end. So you can like
Yes.
what you say at the end of the pitch. Start with the last
Okay.
it is the why. Then the other thing like is preparing for the what.
Mhm. So you mean every voice can lead would be the starting point.
That
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
is explanation.
Yeah, just reformulate. Okay, thank you. I will work on that.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, one last one here.
Do you want to become more efficient in business without stress and losing control? I believe that there are a lot of great minds creating great businesses, but they tend to take on the pressure and put it inside trying to solve by pushing harder. They can become highly efficient through upgrading their emotional intelligence and ecological pressures. Pause, reconnect, do action.
Perfect. As we say, like you can also start from the end and pause, reconnect, and then explain. It's very good. Okay. Okay, so we can have a lot of why, we have to communicate them. And now we start like a new phase of this this kind of model because we have to, I think that we can go for the slides. Thank you. Perfect. Okay, you can just last trip, you can also, okay. Okay, thank you. You can pitch yourself using the golden circle. So not just your business, but also who you are, for example, starting from the why. It is very difficult because you have to like, not to present what are you doing, but your motivation, okay? And it is more simple for us to describe what you do. For example, when I have to present to someone new what I'm doing in the consulting agency. I say I try to find out how to resolve your problem. Okay, and I don't speak. I am a project manager and I work in communication. Okay, I start from the why. I solve your problem. Okay, then we understand what is your problem, and then we try to figure out how to break out in like we did in the smart goal before, so break it in more phases and then solve it. But now we have like a lot of things and we have to make it in order because communication is a thing that you know when you start it, but you never know when it finishes. So we have to make sure that we have tools and framework that help us to make everything in order and help us to like set the time to work in each part. For this reason, like I try to give you a concept and then ask you to think about it or to write down, because here is everything is simple, but when you try to find out just 2 minutes to work on it, it's more difficult in real life when you have to do a lot of things. So
I used to step on it and video programs.
Very painful to step on Lego.
Yeah. And disorder also is painful because it makes you lose like resources, energy. So when you set up a combination, yeah, it helps us. So I will ask you if you can like put the bar on the bottom so we can also see the title. Thank you very much. I have decided to share with you the SOSTAC method. Have you ever heard about it? Okay. SOSTAC is like the SMART goals in an acronym, and it helps us to divide in phases and to focus on each part of one phase, and then to like make our plan in action. And is a method of marketing and business, but it also really like deep connected with communication. I don't see communication and marketing as two separate words. They are very interconnected. I don't like the definition because they are very restrictive. So communication, as we say before, is a lot of things. It's connection, is deciding, is sharing, is choosing what to communicate. Also marketing. It will be like very simple if I say to you that marketing help you sell something or a product, or is a complex system. And I think both of them, communication and marketing, share one thing together. Like it is a method, or it is a way of work, way of think, a way that help you to set up all the things in order, as we said before. So SOSTAC is a planning model. It was developed by Smith, and it can help us. Okay, to divide in phases, and it's not a linear approach. It's very interactive. We start from a situation analysis usually, then go to the other phases. But like, it's not that when we have finished the situation analysis, it's already finished. No, we can just return to it and reward. So yeah, it is a circular approach to see all the process. Situation, we will start from situation analysis, then go to objectives, then go to strategy, tactics, action, and at the end, control. To be honest, as I told you, it's very important not just to think at the control at the end of the process, but when we are in the situation analysis, we have to set up a method to control, like we told, like we said before with the goal, SMART goal, we have to set up measurable values, and then at the end of the process, find out if we achieve them or not. Situation analysis. If we have to, I very love use metaphors because I think that visualization help us to understand the deeper meaning of the things. So now the SOSTAC is like a trip, and the situation analysis is the map that bring us and then guide us to the complex context of the market. And the situation analysis helps you to tell you where you are. So you can like think in both directions, internal with your services, with your product, or in the external context with your competitor, with the other person that maybe they are not your direct competitor, but they can also resolve something to you. For example, if I have a bus company, okay, transportation sector, I have to remember that my competitor are not just other bus companies, okay, but it can be Bolt, there is in Malta, or a bicycle rental, or like trains, because someone have to go from here to another part. So all the way that he or she can choose it are my competitors. Also, his own car can be my competitor because it gave the same resolution of a need. To help us to clarify the situation, we usually use the SWOT analysis. Do you know what is it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very classic. SWOT is another acronym. Marketer loves it. Okay? They use it for everything, also for payoff, everything. So strengths. You in this place usually put all the things that are internal and are positive that you can offer to your client or your customer. Then you go to the weaknesses. So the points that you like you want to give in a good way, but it's not like simple because you need something or you don't have the resources to try to give to them. Then opportunities in the market, usually what you like see as opportunity, like there is no services in this field, or there is a lackness in the market. And then the last one is the treats. So as I said before, if I want to sell transportation, I have to plan and to analyze all the different transportation. It's covered on the video, but usually the SWOT is divided in two. On the right side, there are always the negative parts, and on the left side, there is the good ones. And also we can divide it in horizontal, in two parts. Usually in the height place, you put just the elements that involve you, and in the bottom part, you and the other thing. So you have to like focus on yourself, on strengths and weaknesses, and for opportunity and threats, you have to think about the other competitors. It can be obvious, like, but it's not that simple to remember that strength and weakness are mine, and opportunities and tricks depends on the others. Yes. Okay, positive on the left and negatives on the right. Okay. I suggest to you to try to think about the SWOT analysis of your business idea, because maybe it can give to you something that you never thought before, like the why did for someone in the previous exercise. For example, if we have to do the SWOT analysis of Spotify, what would we say? Feel free to share online and in presence, just like brainstorming time. Yes. Affordable.
But now we're talking about Spotify.
Yes.
Or like about if us besides
No, Spotify, like how it is.
It's affordable, first of all, good quality.
Affordable and quality is on strength. Okay. Perfect.
I would say expensive.
Expensive. Okay.
Has stuff which are available on YouTube but not available on Spotify.
Okay, so where
Weaknesses.
weaknesses?
That when you listen to the music, you have sudden advertising.
Okay.
So that's if you don't pay.
Stop a minute because.
Yeah, that's for if you don't pay. If you get a premium version, you don't have to. But for people that don't want to pay, it's
So this is our weaknesses.
Yeah.
Okay, just let's move just in the one before, because the things that we can find in Spotify or we cannot find in YouTube. YouTube is a competitor, so it's not our weaknesses. Yes, because the context is external. Okay.
Let's see online.
Yeah.
We want to say any threat, opportunities, weaknesses, strength.
I think a threat is the social, how to say, social responsibility element of it, because there were a lot of controversies about Spotify not paying the artists enough. So I think maybe the social and the fairness image of a business like this is a threat.
I think I am agree with you because it's brand image. So it depends of the way that we see the platform and compare it with others that do it or not.
competitors. I'm not using Spotify, so
Okay.
I don't know other competitors if they have or like any other innovation in that. field, like-
Yes, the platform changes. So yeah, if I don't update the possibility, for example, Shazam, that you can like Shazam on music, Spotify don't have this feature. So you have to like take a look of the market and give the possibility. So this is tracks.
Yes.
Okay.
But YouTube doesn't have the same like Shazam has, right?
YouTube, yes. Google have.
Apple Music have.
What?
When like
Song realization?
yeah. YouTube, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure that if you Google and then you go on, like you Google.
In Google, you can hear la la la.
Yeah, and then it sends you to YouTube, but they are strictly connected.
Ah, okay. Gotcha.
I think for strength, I would say that the platform is set up so that it's easy to share, so that you can plug your Spotify. And on Shazam, when you're doing Shazam, you can also open it on Spotify. So maybe they don't do it, but it's easy to connect to your Instagram. You can connect to Shazam, and it's easier to share. So if you can share on Instagram, on places, and I think that's.
And it's easy to use. It's quite intuitive. And
The personalization.
It was Maria
and
and
also
then
the
Kate.
ability that it gives of the similar genres or so on.
It's an algorithm now.
Yeah.
Maria?
I think that another opportunity is that it's a learning platform where you can learn and listen to interesting podcasts about every kind of topic. So,
Okay. Yeah. For example, podcast. I think that in the first beginning of the development of the Spotify application, there was just music. Then they saw the opportunity to bring podcasts inside of the platform, and then because of like competitor were doing it, so they changed it, and it can be like an upgrade on the previous experience. From home, there is something more to add.
Can you hear me? I will maybe talk about strengths of Spotify. Like from marketing mindset, they have like really good brand and good reputation as well. Like especially in my generation, and like it's considered as kind of cool thing, and like most of the people my age who I ever met like use that really regularly. Also, maybe we can consider them as market leader, because like nowadays if someone wants to like have a good access on different kind of music and podcasts as well, like they usually use Spotify. And also they have good marketing strategies when, for example, they offer users this a free week of using Spotify, and after like it helps them to sell their product to more people, because after using this free version, this premium versions for free, after like they see how good it is, and after a lot of people want to like still continue it. And yeah, I would say that we can consider as their strengths and good things.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay. Now, we move on to another example. We'll see a video of there is some like characteristics of. Okay, I just write it down some options, but we talk about more, so very good. I would like to share to you, there is another video of Starbucks, maybe. I think, yes, I will send you. I think it's this one.
This one.
Yes, it is. Okay, that it is another, I think that, okay, it's loading. Or I send to you the link.
Yes, it's not working, I don't know why.
No problem.
I think that in this way. We can go like in yeah.
We're gonna share soon the video. We're just like working on the best way to share it. That's probably YouTube.
On second thoughts, why don't we just Walt?
The company we'll examine is Starbucks, the well-known U.S. coffee company and coffeehouse chain. It was founded in Seattle in 1971 and operates in several countries around the world. Let's start with the company's strengths. First, almost everyone knows its brand, right? So it definitely has a strong brand recognition. Starbucks has been proclaimed the most recognized coffee brand in the world, quite an advantage regarding other companies in the industry. The firm's brand is one offering of a differentiated product to customers, which is coherent with its strategy and pricing. Clients have expressed they love the atmosphere in Starbucks coffee houses. They can use free Wi-Fi and enjoy the coffee drinking experience to the fullest. The company owns thousands of outlets around the world, and its clients can find it even when traveling overseas. That's a strong advantage, as it ensures loyal clients can remain such even overseas. And finally, Starbucks supply chain management ensures the quality of coffee served to customers is excellent. The company chooses its suppliers carefully, which improves the quality of its products and ensures clients receive a super coffee experience. This is another choice in sync with its differentiation strategy. Okay, very good. Let's take off our rosy glasses and consider some of the firm's weaknesses. One could argue Starbucks offers the same product in all countries where it operates. It does not customize it according to the different tastes of people in different geographies. For some customers, this is an issue, and they prefer competitor products tailored to their specific geographical preferences. In addition, Starbucks has a premium price policy, which is not in line with most customers' expectations. Not all countries have enough middle and high-income class individuals who can afford to pay extra for their coffee. Weakness number 3 would be the high employee turnover that the chain's coffee shops have. It is difficult to serve coffee as a premium product when the company's baristas have been on the job for only a couple of weeks. In terms of opportunities, we can say the following. Starbucks can access new countries easily. It simply has to apply its existing business model in these new geographies. Emerging markets can be a great source of growth for the company. Starbucks has also entered agreements within the entertainment industry and partnered with movie-producing companies. That can be a great opportunity for the firm, too. One of the biggest threats for Starbucks is the saturation of the American market, which is where most of its outlets are located. Consumers are increasingly invested in healthier lifestyle, and some substitute products are better positioned to capture the attention of the health-conscious clientele. Okay, we'll stop here. This is what a SWOT analysis looks like in practice. The depth of the observations included in the analysis depends on the information we have about the company. I'm sure an industry practitioner would be capable to prepare a much deeper analysis. However, the important point is you now know how to perform a SWOT analysis on your own, and you can distinguish the important questions from the rest when it comes to analyzing a company. SWOT analysis is a great tool that allows us to visualize and concentrate on some of the most important topics when analyzing a company. This will do for now. Thanks for watching.
Yes.
I have two questions. The first one is for Italians. What do you think
I have something tomorrow about Starbucks in Italy. So if you can keep that question for tomorrow, I have the example of Starbucks in Italy exactly for tomorrow.
Okay. And another question is, if I can, just so basically, I did a lot for my company, and it's what for each product. But I did just based on internet research, like what I could see, and again, it's my perception. So, is there any other like how to do? I mean, I'm a bit confused because it's again my perception and what I saw on internet, what I thought it's relevant to this. But is there any other tool which we can use so that we can include in SWOT?
Okay. There is like most economic way or most expensive way to do it. Economic way would be to search from market records online. In Italy, we use Istat, but I don't know.
Yeah, the national statistic, like the NSO here in Malta, like National Statistic Office reports. In Austria.
Yeah, data of consumers. I think that every nation has its own both sociological research but also market research. So first of all, let's check if there are some records. I know that We Are Social, for example, every year do very rich records with all the data of how many users for country use Facebook, Instagram, how the communication develops, how many female or male use, for example, a computer to purchase something or to buy or to search information. We Are Social every year, share the record with all the, it has global record and then country record. I usually take the Italian data, but it works very well. So
what's the name? We Are Social. We Are Social.
We Are Social.
Where did you get this Starbucks analysis from?
This was from YouTube, but I will link to you.
I can put it in the Miro.
Yeah.
But is it reliable? Like, is it spot on, or is it just for example?
I use it for examples. Like it's like we can divide the segmentation.
I want to compare how, for example, I have Sintra AI at Facebook.
Okay.
I want to do a SWOT analysis with my Sintra AI, but I would need one like a real reliable one.
Okay.
Do you think you can send me one so I can compare them to see how?
I think I can.
I would appreciate that. Thank you.
When you use AI tools, always ask to them to link where they bring the information, because AI, usually generative AI, invent a lot of things. So if you give like the link, you can go check if it is right or is like fantasy.
You mean they have to provide me with the link?
When you use like ChatGPT.
No, ChatGPT does automatically.
Okay. Yeah, but always ask to him to provide me the links or the fonts so you can check if was generated 100% or if it is like we took from a site or a report, for example.
Because sometimes they also make up the references. So that book doesn't exist, so that report doesn't exist.
It happens.
Yeah, it does.
Thanks.
Online, any question, any comment before we move here? Do you have any comment, any question? No? Okay.
Yes, maybe related to this report. I don't know if I understood correctly, but can we find there also information about which social, for example, is more, I don't know, is more in trend for specific industries, or some kind of detailed information about the different socials?
I can show if you want. I will try to connect and we can show a report together, so you can take a look.
Okay.
And try
Thank
to...
you. Yeah.
Okay. And then
Well, Maura finish with Miro.
When opportunities, we take current or in the future?
It's better current.
So something that has already been done, like for example, they mentioned agreements, so it's yet to come to fruition, but this step has been made.
Yes. Yes.
There was another question here or no? Another? Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of companies, they don't want to share information. So I don't know, like now she said like they have good distribution network and things like that. So from, I don't know if you can find.
Usually I'm thinking about how my consultancy agency works. We have partners that do market researches, but they will cost
Yeah.
a lot.
Because like through internet, like
Yeah.
just research, you can go to the website of the company, you can see, you can compare, maybe even like if someone in some reports, but again, you need to be careful.
To this data.
Yes.
Yeah. The only way is just to find out marketing research and then to pay for this kind of with the online field. Talk workers, for example, is a good tool. Talk worker. It is a tool that measures the sentiment of the people online. So, for example, yeah, but it is not for free.
It's AI.
It has a AI section, but it usually like take what people comment or post in their social, and then you can, for example, get a workload of the topics or the sentiment analysis, but it costs a lot.
So did you say
Talk worker.
talk, like
Yeah,
T-O-L-K?
talk, yeah, talk, yeah.
Talker?
Worker, yeah.
It's like walkie-talkie, but.
Yeah. Do you want to show us the?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So, Starbucks and everything else that is American dream has been brought to us, to the rest of the world for many years with the selling of American dream, which is collections, obviously. And the same with brands, for instance, when it comes to clothes, I don't like the brands, Boss and all of this exaggerated Versace. I just don't find them that you wear the brand, not any kind of suppresses your personality, but when you look at Japanese brand Uniqlo, it's much more attractive to me because it's better. I mean, quality is better, and it underlines your personality, not the clothes. You know, like it's personally me wired that way. Nothing against no judgment, but I find those which I like, even Apple is like. I like Apple myself, but it's easier for me than Android. But how do we move from this mass mainstream kind of selling brands to more personalized, like Uniqlo, like much more like sustainable and attractive and affordable?
But this is the medium dollar.
That's a big question. We have two Italians.
What do you eat in the morning?
The croissant and cappuccino. Oh yeah, this in Sicily. Granita.
And you develop this Italian brand, and they say we live 100 years here, and look at Americans, they are overweight and stuff like. Can you promote it more?
I think there is no answer to this question. You have to think about your needs.
Niche.
Yeah. Because that makes the difference. You say the Uniqlo, for example. I went to Japan with some friends, and each one of us, we went shopping, of course, and we went to Uniqlo. And we thought a lot about that because it was very different, a very different way also to try the outfits. I was like very well appreciated that I had to take off my shoes to enter for the clothing room, and they give to us a sort of bag, yeah, to put on the
Shower cap
yeah,
for the
shower
for
cap
the
for the makeup, not to yeah,
Nose.
dirty clothes. So it was a very completely new experience just to put on a t-shirt, okay, and I think probably in Europe it is very different because the target is different. So the audience, and we will talk about the audience in the after lunch. I think you probably it is a very complex context. So the compass of your actions will be trying to keep the focus on who you want to achieve, who you want to like try to sell your product or your services. I think is the only answer that I can give to you because there is too much variety, too much. So in every country, it changes in every.
But tomorrow we will talk a little bit about like cultural values, preferences, and target your market based on the cultures. And yeah.
Yes, I just like because it's my brother hates apples. Made a decision. And for me, I tried everything on board, and I like apple because my brain is wired. That is simple. Yeah, it's simpler, but you can get your brain can wire it as well. But what I meant to say is we talk about affordability, but then you would still say that it's the premium. Well, apple, yes.
Thing is, like, you don't like Versace, someone else like Versace and is ready to pay like
Or the same
for
if it says organic or farm, you will pay a premium because it appeals to you as a person, so you are the target for these.
Sorry, let's move to show the report. So yeah. You can take us through.
I can answer the question. I can show you the social. So you can find the report or global or per state. Thank you, Maura, for the help on Brasini. It is usually divided in many sections, and it tells you about how the people like browse, how they use the platforms. You know, it is a very got a lot of data about connections, about here is the section of internet use, but there is the social section. I think that for free is the best thing that you can like reach. Usually they publish January or February. They publish the report because it is per year.
So age based on targeting people of a certain age.
Daily time spent using the internet.
Where they check where they use internet, which channel do they use?
Yes, for example, just in the previous slide, you see mobile phone. Okay, so I got a site. It's a beautiful site. I paid for an agency that built me the most wonderful site. Okay, but is just responsive, or there is just like a web app or a web visualization or a mobile? You have to think that if most people watch the things on phone, your site must be set up for this kind of visualization. So yeah, there are a lot of interesting aspects to consider and to think. This is just the internet part, but in the end of the presentation, there is the social part, or there are the
apps use.
Yeah.
Entertainment, entertainment for the, what is dating, is entertainment.
So people in my age, chat messaging, the shopping, weather.
We can.
Okay, I will give you the time to analyze it on all, but it is plenty of data here. This is the mobile category, and so.
Maura is on the Miro board already.
They're like this is a global, but there is one per state, per country also. So if you're interested in Italian data, there is a report. Just Google it, and you will find for. I don't know if Malta there is, but
Let's check. So it's,
we are social.
That's from Ignier Social.
Yes.
WeAreSocial.com.
Yes.
You can just Google
Yes.
WeAreSocial.
Yes, yes.
Reports.
Usually is one of the first that you. So report. No, let's see.
Here we have
Yes.
Malta.
But I think yes. They publish it in March, yeah. Usually they publish in the first, they comment also what the data, so sometimes you find all the PDF, or you can also like read the analysis.
You have 20 minutes.
Yes. Okay. To end the part of analysis, I want to add of the SWOT analysis also the competitive analysis. Have you ever heard of it? Somebody say a competitive analysis.
Competitor.
Yes, yes. Where you set up a table and you find out the relevant characteristics that are important for your target. Usually you order the characteristics from the most relevant to the less relevant. How to do it, you have to ask, to read surveys, or to like see the market trends online. And you find out, I suggest you from 8 to 10 characteristics maximum to put in the table. Here an example. Okay. So in the first column, you write down the characteristics. In the second column, I suggest you not to put the first, yes. So I will just point.
I will.
So in the first column, you set up the criteria, then your company or your business, then you can choose 1, 2, 3, or more competitors. You have to put them in order from the most relevant to the less relevant, and try to find out if your competitor are responding of that needs of that criteria.
But the criteria is my company, or the criteria is the competitor's company?
Start with your product or your services and think which criteria I satisfy and which ones are more relevant for my target. For example, if I do consultancy, okay, one criteria could be the field. I work in marketing and social media management. Okay, that is the ambient. But another criteria can be I do synchronous or asynchronous communication, because I do phone calls I receive, and I can do make the calls or I can respond. Another criteria could be the time that I spend with building relation with my customer. There are company that, for example, I'm thinking about one of our competitors. They just sell the documents. They never do video calls or they never present the results. So you have to choose from 8 to 10 criteria that are important to your targets, and then try to evaluate if your business respond to the criteria or no. Okay, interesting.
Lian, do you have a question? Did you have a question? No. Okay.
For your target, will be very power because
The TV, so we need the remote here.
And then try to like make a photograph of what you are doing and what your competitor are doing. Of course, as we said before, it is difficult to give a perfect evaluation of your competitor. You have to try to find out which one like work better on one aspect. And I suggest that you just to stick or write down if you satisfy the criteria, but also trying to rate from 1 to 10 how well you satisfy the criteria. Because if something and then when it finishes, you have like all the voices to compare. If something you can like, it's very important to your client, but the score of what you write down is not that good. Maybe that is an element to R&D to work on, or to do more more work to develop this kind of. If you have like a high score in the end of the table, that means that is not that important for your target. Maybe this is a criteria where that tell you, okay, good that you are good in this aspect, but maybe it's not that relevant for your target. So let's do less in this and let's do improve in another. The question was?
I just wanted to ask, because you mentioned that example, your marketing agency and another marketing agency, which is focusing maybe more on documents or something like that. So maybe they're not your real, I mean, it is the same marketing agency, but maybe their focus is on something else. So they're not your real competitors. So I wanted to ask, we need to be careful even if they are for sure like competitors. So we are not comparing with someone who is below us or they have different targets or.
Yeah, it's like the example of buses before. My competitor is taxi companies, in our rental, the difference is very lower. So probably yes, but if I did an agency and I Google it, in for example, in a specific region, it can be a direct competitor if another people that are searching, that is searching for this kind of services and find out the other. And in that case, I will differentiate like the criteria because I know that my strength is this kind of approach, and the other one is totally different. It is not a simple work, but it helps us. It's like once you finish the competitive analysis, you can be wrong in some aspects, but it helps us to understand what it is important for your target and in where you are better or worse from others.
And like just to add on the competitor analysis, it's interesting because I remember one course that I did, for example, luxury product like a Ferrari, the competition is not only other cars, even a Rolex is a competitor of Ferrari because you're just look for something like luxury. And so even something that's totally not related. And another example from R&I, we are intercultural trainer, but our competitors are also leadership trainer, like any other kind of course or any other kind of where company want to invest their money for personal development, even when they take people on a boat getting drunk for team building, this is our competitor.
Closest to what you do?
I think for this, yes.
I would suggest you to take maximum 5 main competitors. So you can like list them write down about 15, 20, but then choose what you think they are the main competitors. And I suggest you to use a variety because as Viviana told, is not the direct competitor who can like take you a slice of target out, but is the sum of them that can.
Another question: if you take the criteria, but you cannot know how can you know how the competitor operates? Like, for example, you said they only send out emails, they don't do the relationship. How did you know it? Like, how would I know what my other competitor is doing? Because I can see the outside picture, but I can't see how the person works and what he does or does not.
There are a lot of ways. Connection helps very much because you can always ask, for example, to usually some sites have, in my case, some agency told, we have this kind of clients or we work for, and then you can ask directly, or maybe you can look at what they are doing. For example, in my case, there is a competitor who did a lot of events and who do festival. They are a speaker in 1, 2, 3 main events in Italy. So we know that there is a strategy of positioning. And one of our criteria is to set up like a good, not to be the top of mind, but to be the ones that came up, more visible. So you have to research most of asking, checking online channels, paying sometimes to gain data.
Can we do the last exit? We have 10 minutes, maybe. We do the exercise.
Yes. To end this part, I would ask you to try to do a SWOT analysis and a competitor. So it's of course we have like very few minutes, but let's try just even to understand which are our competitor or which are the criteria most important, which are the most important criteria for our target. So write down of these two type of frame, SWOT and competitive. Okay. Before of the lunch, let's share one here and one from home. What was how if you find out something that you didn't expect it, or if it was very clear everything, or if you have any doubts. One here and one from home. So who wants this?
So not to share the exact.
No. How was the work, or if you have any doubts, or if you find out something that you didn't expect it?
Yeah. For me, sorry.
Yeah.
For me, when I did my SWOT analysis and my competitive analysis, I actually found out with the competitive analysis that my competitors might offer something else which people might be more attracted to compared to, although I believe that my proposition is so unique and the only one in Malta, but if I take it to the bigger picture, I might be lacking of some of those other aspects which they give and I don't.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. From home?
If you're home or from the office or from the hotel, from wherever you are.
Space.
Lian? Do you want to share, Lian, or no? I'm just sending love. You're on mute.
think she can't talk.
Probably she cannot hear.
Okay.
Okay, I can go with the SWOT analysis. So for strength, I would say accessible because my idea would be online and also giving credits for university, so it's accessible, and I have strong values to tackle like young people with no connections. For weaknesses, I would say the completion or engagement for students, because I work with a lot of online courses, and I know that it's really hard to keep the motivation going with the programs online. For opportunities, I would say definitely partnerships, either with universities or employers or companies. So there's a lot of possibilities to do programs together within the framework. And threats, maybe I would say profitability, so how to make this sort of successful, because I have like I would say non-profit model in mind. So how to make the numbers count at the end.
Okay, thank you. There is something that you didn't expect it to like that came up and you find out something new, or it was just everything under control before to talk about it?
For the SWOT analysis, well, it's interesting to think of the threats, I think, because you want to believe in your idea, but you have to think of the things that could go wrong or that are tough to handle.
Yes, thank you for sharing. Okay. And you?
We cannot predict everything if it's there's lockdown.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's why that's why the SOSTAC method is not linear, because now you have like write down something, but who knows from like in the future which things can happen, or which new tools can like give to your target another opportunity. So it is a constant research and constant action to try to figure out how the market is going, how the context it is changing. Thank you. I think that we can.
Sorry, just last one. From your perspective, having an AI chatbot communicating with Facebook or any other social media and website interactions with customers, is it useful or rather annoying?
It depends on how it is made, like the responses that it gives, because it could be annoying, but also nowadays we are like
one of the fastest ones.
yes, and also we are like used to know that some responses could be generated by the AI. So we are like, it's not like a total innovation. I'm not surprised to receive one, and I'm okay with it. There is I don't remember the name of the study, but that is when the AI respond as well as a human, and they have to make sure that specify that there is a machine that is responsible for the beauty of transparency. They have to specify that there is a machine, because the user that continues ask question thinks that is not a so
you have to like be clear, but sometimes it works as well as a human work. So you have to like pay attention to what you are giving to the customer. There, I think that it happened in US, which there was a company of flights that used AI chatbot, and it gave a wrong answer to our customer. It was like, I have to make a reservation to go from a wedding. Can I do it in this way? I would say, yes, you can. It was wrong. And it was like a case where then they tried to find out who was responsible for this kind of answer, because it's not, of course, a chatbot, but it's not also from the customer that wrote that sentence down. So yeah, I think that you can do it, but it's always to think about the consequences or the kind of answer that you
I think also something nice that some apps do, like for example, Revolut, right? There is a chatbot, but then if you understand that you need a similar response, then you have like keywords and become like I hate it. I hate talking to robots. It's always it's such a waste of time and energy. I really swear I just want to delete it and use something else. So because they never sometimes in a particular situation and they give you always generic responses. And you understand they don't understand, they don't get it, and you keep going in circles around, and you're wasting time, you're getting more pissed off. So if there is like a keyword that calls for a human,
and then
I think it will resolve the.
I believe in robots when they start producing nanny robots, which can be helpful and safe for kids, fill my fridge by itself, and do the chores. Refill itself.
No, you can see what's missing.
That's true. That's already exists.
Wonderful.
That analyze what is inside your fridge and then give to your recipe what you can do. So
yeah, as a mom of 2 children, I totally would buy that.
Oh, you can buy a manual.
No.
You see how
not really.
Yeah, you can make it.
I like humans.
Good. I think we can, okay. We can say, yeah, morning session, it's the close. We'll see you in 1 hour. So also online, you can relax a little bit from your like concentration. And we'll see you in 1 hour. I just post now the time. So 14:15, let's do. Hello, ladies.
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. How was lunch? What did you have? What did you have for lunch? Give me the dates.
And actually, we would like to dance now, but I see, Lian, you're in a public space. So we were doing an energetic dance and then start. So you can dance with us now. Let's get working.
The one behind me already got started with the dance, don't worry.
Okay, let me admit the others.
Thank you. No, thank you. Yes,
I think it was also fine from the television. It's okay. So Maura, sharing in Zoom with the audio, and then we share on the television and we dance, and then we are ready to start. So if you can dance with us, dance with us. Otherwise, you just move a little bit. No, Maura.